For the afternoon. High temperatures right near 74. Looks like a great Good Friday and a great Easter weekend. Karen will have more on the Easter weekend forecast coming up.
All right. Thanks, Derek. Well, speaking of Good Friday, for many Louisianians, Good Friday wouldn't be the same without crawfish. But you may be paying much more for mud bugs this year. Monica Hernandez tells us why.
For Jimmy Cantrell, there's nothing better than being on his Lafourche Parish crawfish farm.
It's heaven on earth just being out here.
But this year, the mud bugs are scarce.
This is the worst year in the last 15 or 20 years that I've been fishing.
Cantrell says normally ponds like this will be full of crawfish. This year, he says crawfish are down 80%.
The amount of crawfish we're catching is not even close to the demands.
What accounts for the low catch? Crawfish farmers blame the recent cold snap and wet weather earlier this year.
If the water's too cold, they won't move, and also they'll bury themselves back in the ground.
The demand for crawfish increases as we approach Good Friday and Easter. Retailers say it's one of the busiest weekends of the year.
I probably have more sacks of live crawfish on order than I had probably in any of the last, 10, 12 years.
So far, Big Fisherman Seafood in New Orleans has been able to keep up with the demand, selling more than 4,000 pounds of crawfish so far. But the owner says the cold snap means higher prices and often smaller mud bugs. Here, prices have spiked 75 cents a pound in the last few weeks to $2.99 a pound live and $4.59 boiled.
But as it warms up and the water warms up, we're going to see, I would say, at least $1, $1.25 a pound drop.
But cooler weather recently isn't just impacting crawfish. Shrimp, oysters, and crabs are also harder to come by.
The wind's been blowing. We haven't had crabs in about 10 days.
Meanwhile, fishermen like Cantrell are hopeful they will harvest more mud bugs once the weather warms up. Monica Hernandez, Eyewitness News.
President Obama is calling for changes to the nation's gun laws. Next at 10, what he's proposing and why he says his recommendations will not infringe on your right to bear arms.